Okay, let's look at chapter 3 here. And in particular, we want to look at objects of chapter 3. So this is actually kind of the first view of what one calls object-oriented programming. And so here, a big part of chapter 3 is our first object is going to be a window that where a turtle plays. And our second object is a turtle. Okay, now we don't have to get deeply into this whole idea of object-oriented programming, but I think it's worth mentioning a couple things. Okay, when I create a window or turtle, okay, when I create a set object, well, there we go. Then another word, this is instantiation of an object. Okay, or I create an instance of an object. Okay, so that's this act of instantiation. If I can create more than one instance, I can have more than one turtle or more than one window, something like that. But each time I make one, I've made an instance of it. And then what we'll see is that objects have properties. Excuse me. So, just like we are objects as people and we have properties, we have eyes and ears and eye color and hair color and and we have names, we have first names and second names and middle names. So we have all these properties about us and that kind of define us as objects, and so these objects will as well. So for instance, some of those things will be like color of the window background. Okay, so that would be a property. Shape of the turtle. That would be a property. Color of the turtle, that kind of thing. Those are properties. And then we can also make actions on objects. Okay, so for instance, we can move a turtle forward. for instance. So, those are some of the aspects to kind of think about as we do these things. And so, truly thinking of the turtle and the window and so forth as objects can be very beneficial in kind of just the general understanding of the computer code. So we think of think of the turtle and window as objects. Okay, and then the other idea we're introducing here are modules. And modules are just pre-written code that defines objects and actions or methods. Methods. We call when we want to do an action, we use a method. But modules are just pre-written code that defines objects and actions, methods on those objects, so that we don't have to rewrite it all the time. So it's just something pre-written that makes our life much easier. So that's what we'll be dealing with. We'll look at code. Where we create a window and turtle to play in the window. Okay, so that's a lot of what we're doing in chapter 3.